Yeah, we're doing a podcast now. It's been weeks.
Yes.
Like we recorded it like we moved in together and we're like, we're gonna be able to do podcasts all the time, whenever.
Every week.
We'll watch a new movie every week. We'll be able to hang out and just record podcasts whenever. It'll be great. And then
the folly of youth.
a month, 2 months later, and no podcasts have been made.
This is the second one we've made here.
Yeah, this is podcast number 2 of the Philadelphia era.
We're gonna call it
this channel.
The saga of a city that's really, really filthy.
We talked about that last time. How grody Philadelphia is.
I think we talked about how it's grody, but I came to the decision that Pittsburgh is just 100% the better city.
Yeah.
In basically every way.
Pretty much. Though I will say, the one thing that really surprised me about Philly, I drove into downtown a couple weeks ago to go to the Franklin Institute. Really surprisingly easy to drive into downtown. I was amazed, because driving into downtown Pittsburgh is a fucking nightmare.
Well, you have a trade-off. You have a trade-off here. And the trade-off is, in Pittsburgh, the city design makes absolutely no sense. And also, it is constantly under construction. And people in Philly and people in other cities,
the entire city is always under construction.
Let me just put out some hot truth that you might not know, but everyone from Pittsburgh can attest to. Every city has construction.
Oh yeah.
Philly has construction. And then in about 2 weeks, the pothole that is there is gone. Yeah. In Pittsburgh, that pothole has like there are potholes on main city roads that have existed for as long as I have. Yeah. And I'm 25.
They have names. Yeah. They have I'm pretty sure some of them have commemorative plaques next to them.
I'm pretty sure some of them have birth certificates.
Yeah.
And they can legally vote.
They can vote. It's fucking crazy. Some of those are why we have Trump.
Yeah.
Potholes love Trump.
But and this isn't even a joke. There are that is the only thing Philly has on Pittsburgh.
Though. No, that's
and the fact that drivers in Philly, it's easier to drive in Philly, but drivers are also way, way, way worse. And and this might be me looking at the grass is greener on the other side, but in Pittsburgh, people don't do the I'm gonna take a left at the beginning of the light so that I get out a second earlier and almost get into a crash every single time.
Yeah, I feel like construction, bad drivers, and crazy weather are the things that every city is like, oh man, let me tell you what, we got crazy drivers. We got Baltimore, oh, our drivers are the worst here. Boston, oh, you don't even know about bad drivers till you've been to Boston. But it's every fucking city is like that. But the potholes, that's us,
Pittsburgh.
Baby. Pittsburgh's got that shit. Also a lot of bridges. So
the city of bridges.
Fun.
Yeah. When I was doing a Dresden Files game, which is it's a role-playing game.
Yeah, Colin's a huge fucking nerd.
You play Dungeons and Dragons, and you just said the only games you played in the last...
Dresden Files is way nerdier than Dungeons and Dragons.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
You played in a Dresden Files game.
I'm just fucking with you. I know they're the same.
But yeah, it's... the big thing in that is there's fairies, all this stuff. The big thing in Pittsburgh was there were a lot of trolls, because it's the city of bridges. I really was proud of that one.
Very clever, Dresden Files.
That was me, but thank you.
Oh wait, you're saying that's you came up with that? Yeah, that's not canon to the Dresden Files
He
universe?
Never goes to Pittsburgh. Are you kidding me?
I don't know, man.
Who goes to what fictional thing takes place in Pittsburgh?
The Last of
Rogers.
The Last of Us. They spend quite a long time in Pittsburgh. Actually, there's
I'm sure it works out great.
You can recognize landmarks. When I was going through that level in Last of Us, I was like, oh, this does look like Pittsburgh, and I was like, there's that building downtown. It's actually really cool.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But
I remember
also that just plays more into your point. No fictional thing, very few things take place in Pittsburgh, because it's I can think of 3 off the top of my head that are the only ones.
Fallout, one of the Fallout DLCs.
Oh yeah, the fucking worst one.
But it's terrible. It's terrible even from the sense of it taking place in Pittsburgh, because you can't see anything.
Well, it's called The Pit, and I was hoping that was just a play on the Pittsburgh thing, but it's actually the entire game takes place in a fucking hole in the ground.
So it doesn't matter.
It never feels like you're actually... The one time you go over the Fort Pitt Tunnel, or you go through the Fort Pitt tunnel over
and
that bridge, and that feels cool because it's like, whoa, look at the city, look at these, even the signs look right, and then you're just in a hole for the entire game.
You gotta think, though,
great.
The thing that always gets me with things like that, where it's like, because like in that game, in the DLC, I should say, you know, they were like, what could we, you know what they did is they're like, there's let's do a game where in Pittsburgh, but what's like Pittsburgh? Now, I don't know, throw it in a pit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, a big shithole. Whatever.
In the world of Fallout, what are the chances that Pittsburgh became a giant pit? That's like when parents in fiction name their kid like Bruiser, and he grows up to be a boxer. It's like,
well, it's like every single character in One Piece.
Yeah,
all of them have
is defined.
All of them have names that it's like, I'm sorry, did you name your child Oven and then purposely give him the heat fruit? Or did you change his name? Hold on.
Are you telling me that if you did have that ability, you wouldn't name your kid something like if you knew that you could give your kid a power, right?
Oh.
Would you name them ironically? Because I would totally do that. It's like, if my kid had the power to
it'd be
turn into a horse, they'd call him Horseface, and they'd love me.
Well, do characters in My Hero Academia have names based on their powers?
No, because it's not as good as One Piece.
Ooh. Well, actually, I feel like some of them might, but we just don't know that they're puns.
I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, because we don't fucking speak Japanese. But I read something about how Bakugo's
translates
hero
to
name,
Explode Face.
Yeah, well, and
wasn't it Death McKill or something?
Yeah, his proposed hero name, King Explosion Murder,
which is by the way
fucking great
the
name.
Best name. The fact that they said no to that is a crime against humanity.
Well, apparently that is a very complex and clever pun in Japanese based on his name.
But in America it's better because it's King.
Because it's just hilarious.
Explosion Murder. That's great. Yeah, I love. There's a part of me that is always a little. I'm of two minds about things like that. Where I'm like, man, that's stupid. He's called Oven. How you? It's like how? Yeah. What's going on here? But then another part of me is like, I like the fact that his name is Oven.
It's funny because you make it the heat power.
I like it because he is an oven.
What are other characters like that in
just fiction?
Or in One Piece, actually, because now that I think about it, a lot of the big characters don't have names like that, do they?
What's Frankie's real name? Is that a pun?
His real name is Cuddy Flam.
Yeah, that's a pun. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what. Pun. Yeah, that's some kind of pun. I don't know what the fuck it means though.
There are definitely characters who have that though. I just can't think of any. It might just be Big Mom's family. Does pretty much translate to anything?
It must. No, it translates to Dogtooth, doesn't it? That doesn't have anything to do with his
I don't
power.
know. I thought Dogtooth was just his
There were translations that were calling him Dogtooth, but people were like, no, you don't translate that. That's just his name. It's like how Aokiji translates to Blue Pheasant, but that name.
What?
Yeah, because we're stupid Americans. We don't speak Japanese, but that's
the
their
Japanese
code
language
names.
is stupid.
Because those are their Kuzan, not Aokiji.
Yeah,
Aokiji's his real name. Kuzan, the code name is Blue Pheasant.
Red Dog. And
Akainu.
Monkey.
What's fuck.
Yellow Monkey.
I can only think of Borsalino, which is his real name. Or wait,
Kizaru.
Kizaru, yeah, that's it. Kizaru is Yellow Monkey.
Is it Kizaru?
Kizaru, whatever. I don't fucking know.
I don't speak Japanese.
I don't know.
Hey, if you speak Japanese in the comments, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Slam that motherfucking like button.
And also, if you can, sponsor us on Patreon.
Yeah, sponsor on Patreon. I do have a Patreon, but I don't link it anywhere because I don't. Any other small creators listening to this don't feel bad about this, but I really hate when someone has.
But you're sellouts.
No, it's
all
not,
of you are sellouts.
Oh God,
it deserves to get blown up. They're getting blown up.
It's not about selling out. I have no problem with people wanting to make money off of the thing they do, but it's like you just started. You have 80 subscribers. Don't start a fucking Patreon. It just looks tacky. It's like no one is gonna support you on Patreon when you have no fucking following. And I have 1,500 and I still don't feel like I have enough of a following to actually make a Patreon. It just feels
That is true, but I think you said you have 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's I think that you can't do that until you have about at least 1,501 subscribers, and then it's like perfectly okay.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, perfectly.
Well,
okay.
if you set the threshold there, then
it's perfect.
We're opening up the I almost said not the bees. It's not the bees anymore. It's Hive Minds now.
Oh, with official change?
Yeah, I changed the whole channel to Hive Minds now.
Oh, by the way, I got you that shirt. That's actually coming in.
That's cool.
So for
Did she redesign the logo?
She's working on it because it just doesn't. The logo is cool. I mean, everyone has seen the logo here.
Yeah,
the problem
really
is like
basic.
when you put it on a shirt, it also gets a little like weird because of how they have to print it and stuff.
Yeah, I get you.
I think she's gonna do like a little cartoon of it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have talented friends.
That's neat.
So I'm buying Pat a shirt for his birthday, and it'll have a logo. If it
My
comes
birthday,
in, well, your birthday was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's a Christmas present now.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. You didn't give me anything for my birthday.
I didn't.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm not
I
a
don't
good
care.
we like I give some of my friends gifts, but it's because they give me gifts. But like you and I just like we've been friends for fucking
like 12 years.
We've counted before. Yeah, it's like 12 years now. I think because we started hanging out in like 6th grade.
What he's trying to say is I don't need to prove our friendship.
Exactly.
Theo and Sam.
Shit, calling him out directly. The last 2 people I bought birthday presents. Actually, no, Mackenzie and Theo. I got Theo.
You too, Mackenzie.
I bought Theo fucking the first 3 volumes of One Piece like forever ago because I think like last Christmas because he said like I refuse to read One Piece. Like you're never gonna convince me to read One Piece. And I bought him that triple pack. And it's just been sitting in his apartment for like months. And he just said like a couple weeks ago, like, yeah, I finally read it. I actually really like it. I was like, boom! Hey, gotcha. Fucking plan executed perfectly. And so for his birthday now, I got him the next 2 big 3-packs. So now he's got all the way up to, unfortunately...
Is that like Grand Line?
No, not yet. It takes forever to get to the Grand Line. It's before Arlong.
Really?
Yeah, the volume 9 ends with the walk to Arlong Park, which sucks because which is awesome, but it's such a fucking cliffhanger, and it's like
he'll have to buy more. He's gonna
have to keep reading. He said that he doesn't want to that he likes it, but not enough to like seek it out online to read it. So he's like, if physical volumes keep showing up, I'll read them. Like, fuck, am I gonna have to buy this dude the whole fucking set to get him to read this shit? God,
dude,
that'll get expensive.
If I had, dude, the physical. So I just got into a college program, and I think.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're gonna have to teach me math.
I'll try.
Turns out you got to do that if you want to be a computer scientist. If anyone wants to teach me math, hit that comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell.
Let me ring the notification bell. Support me on Patreon because I'm really bad at math.
Follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, follow me on Tumblr.
Tweet out hashtag Doomloaf for life.
Hashtag teach Colin math. Let's get that trending. Let's see that trending.
It's been a long journey to get here, and I still don't know math. So,
how old are you?
I'm 25, but I'm pretty sure for the first semester of college, it comes out to like $3,000, right?
It's a pretty good deal.
It's a
pretty good bargain.
Deal. How many volumes of One Piece are there?
Oh God, there's
And how much are they a volume?
I want to say they're in the 80s, and those 3-packs are only like $12 each.
Oh,
so that's $4 a volume in those. But I don't know how much of the series is compiled in those 3-packs yet. Probably a lot of it because the series is fucking really long.
I'm wondering how much of a dent if I decided to not pay the school.
just buy Theo One Piece instead of going to school.
How much could I get?
Seems like a good investment.
Yeah, it's probably better.
With 3,000, you could probably get all of it. You could probably do that. Like I think the last presents we got each other like ever
is Game Grumps shirts.
Yeah, it's those fucking Game Grumps shirts from like the first Game Grumps shirts.
The very first one.
The 7 Asses shirt,
which I still wear sometimes. It's the best show on the internet ever.
I was like, oh my god,
these two gaming personalities will never get old.
These 2 guys will be together forever.
And then one of them is a a racist, and the other one is JonTron.
Whoa! Nice subversion
Zing.
there. You subverted expectations, just like The Last Jedi. Just genius.
I was gonna say. Nothing. I can't. Okay. I can't.
All right, good.
I'm not gonna start internet beef.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into a feud with all the
get
popular people that listen to this podcast.
Ego Raptor and John Jafari were listening to this.
There is one dude with like 80,000 subscribers or something who subscribes to me.
I'm calling you out, guy who has 80,000.
I don't even remember his name.
Patrick wants to fight with you online.
Let's go.
I think
boxing
cool.
match. Oh, that's the new way.
Uwe Boll him.
I was thinking Logan and KSI, but yeah, Uwe Boll, that works too. That works too. What did he do? He was like, if you criticize my movies, I'll fight you in the ring. And like people, there was a reporter who was like, I'll do it.
Is this, he's like, is this like a real thing? He's like, no, it's publicity. It's fine. And then Uwe Boll got him in the ring and beat the shit out of him. like bludgeoned him and like won because Uwe Boll is also an amateur boxer.
Uwe Boll don't give a fuck, man.
Uwe Boll made his movies because they were tax breaks.
Uwe Boll's movies are just straight up scams.
Right now, I'm not fit. I'll take Uwe Boll on in the ring though. If you want to challenge me, come on, Uwe Boll. Your movies suck, and I'll take you in the ring. 1v1 me, bro.
I've never even seen any of his movies.
He made Blood Rain, which I watched a lot as a kid.
Is that the one with the hot vampire lady?
I mean,
that's
a lot of movies.
Yeah, that's true. They're all based on video games, right?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Did he make the Silent Hill movie?
I don't think so.
Did he make He didn't make the Resident Evil movies because those are fucking awesome.
Those are great.
I mean they're terrible, but they're fucking rad.
But I think the Resident Evil movies also know that they're bad. Especially even the first one has a lot of like I'm a B movie and that's great.
They're 100% aware of what they're making and
which is my favorite genre.
It is.
This is my favorite genre of movie. Not my favorite movie. But.
There's a part in one of them. I don't even know which one where like someone kicks a falling pane of glass and it like cuts someone in half or some shit.
Yeah. There's also the laser scene in the first movie that everyone.
Oh my god! I don't even.
Oh, you don't remember the laser scene?
No, I haven't seen most of them. I've seen the one with the crows. I like the one with all the birds.
No, this is like Fast and Furious, but it gets worse instead of better. Oh. But that paradoxically makes it better.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta do a Resident Evil marathon, and by that I mean we watch like the first two, and then we just skip to the end.
Yeah. Are they officially over? Like, was there an ending?
I believe so.
They were like,
I don't know.
This immortal, what's her name?
Alice.
I was thinking of the actress's name.
Alice.
Alice Resident Evil. That's her name. I want to say Famke Janssen, but it's not.
Uma Thurman.
No, it's not Uma Thurman either. Fuck. Well, I'm just thinking of all these hot action ladies.
She's
Uma Thurman,
she's got like
Famke Janssen.
She's got like a foreign name.
She's married to
the director.
The director of all those movies. Fuck. What is her name?
She's also like. She's not a bad actress, but she's also, bar none, the least interesting part of the movies because, like, she's really competent and has psychic powers and stuff, which you'd think in a Resident Evil movie would be great. But also, she's not a character from the games.
Mila Jovovich.
I knew it was like a foreign sounding name.
Yeah, that's why I got her mixed up with Famke Janssen because it's just foreign woman the name. But Mila Jovovich.
The problem, I think the thing about it is like with a video game movie. Man, I really just want to watch the characters from the video game do cool stuff.
Yeah, don't put your fucking shitty OC of your wife.
It's like if you put like Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and then it was like, actually, this is about my character, Barack Obama.
Dude, they're definitely Barack Obama. Yeah, Barack Obama in the new Sonic movie.
Yeah,
I would do a Barack Obama impression right now because that would be hilarious, but I totally can't fucking do one.
He's here for three things.
Sonic. That was my best attempt. I didn't know how it would come out. It was bad.
Do that again, though.
Sonic, we gotta get the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, that's nothing like Barack Obama, but it also stopped my joke flat. So
Sorry,
I'm gonna give you a point. I'm gonna give you a point.
I don't know what you were saying.
Hey, you know what? Neither will the internet, and that's probably for the best.
I was too busy planning my horrible Barack Obama impression. Wow, that was bad.
So okay, just to go over this because I think I see it on the bed and I can't not want to talk about it.
Oh, we have to.
We got a brochure for a fall 2018
classes and trips from the. Should we say where it is? That'll like pin our location pretty.
Haven't we said that before?
We haven't said the actual neighborhood. We've just said Philly, which I think is enough. But
it's Philly. It's like a Philly.
Yeah, we got this like local classes, adult classes brochure.
Are we afraid of doxing ourselves when we've like straight up said where we lived in the past?
Well, yeah, we've said where we live in the past, but we don't live there anymore.
Very little amount of effort to find us.
It's fine.
So it's got all these courses. And there's
let's find a good one. I like this one.
Hold on, time out.
Sorry.
Here's what we're gonna do. we're gonna like say like a couple of these, the ones that catch our eye, and then I want you all to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications.
Twitter and Instagram.
Actually, tell me, and this isn't even a Colin's Corner. I'm putting this out here before that because there is a Colin's Corner today. Don't you worry. But what of these classes do you think we should take? Because I'll be honest,
whichever one gets the most.
They're not very expensive. I'll take at least one. I'll take one of them if you guys find one.
All right, let's see what section. Oh wait, there is. Oh, it's SAT math.
Dang it!
I think that
I can't do.
I know you. Yeah, I was gonna say I know your math needs brushing up, but I don't know if it's that basic.
It's pretty
SAT basic.
Man. Probably actually, but
How about BYOB? Bring your own blow dryer. Like, what is that? Are they gonna teach you how to use
Jason, and the team?
They're gonna teach you how to use a blow dryer.
Boy, I don't know how to use that.
Oh, it's one class. Tuesday,
it's
$35.
It's just hairstyling.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah. I literally just buzzed my fucking
memory.
Head. I already played Brain Age. I played Brain Age on the DS. I want a fun
funeral.
Oh my god.
It's only $35.
I want a fun funeral.
Just as you only live once, you only die once.
Well, okay, so this says for adults. I didn't realize it was for senior citizens. This is actually for... Okay, let me read this. Just as you only live once, you only die once. Good start.
That is a good start.
Contemplating your own funeral is not for the faint of heart, but getting some thoughts down on paper and into the hands of a trusted loved one can be the best move you never considered making before. Oh boy.
Yo, but I'm dead,
that kind of got...
This is kind of sad. It costs $35, but it's $5 for material.
Yeah,
why don't you just make the class $40?
Fucking please bring $5 for materials. Yeah, just fucking provide the materials.
What's next? Is there going to be a banjo class where I need to bring my own banjo?
Yeah, there is.
That'd be ridiculous. Whoa.
Wait, what did you see there? See something good?
That's fly
tying.
That's tying,
like
but
fly fishing.
We could also learn Tai Chi.
Oh, Tai Chi Chuan.
I know that you're Asian, so you can do that, but it still seems kind of racist.
You mean pronounce it?
Yeah, but like in a racist way.
Tai Chi Chuan. I'm allowed to say that.
German
languages, those are boring.
Chinese.
Yeah,
I would actually learn Chinese though. That could be useful.
Yeah, whatever.
Playing in an orchestra for enjoyment. Why does it cost me $99 to play if it's just for enjoyment?
Yeah, I like the 5-string clawhammer banjo. I got excited when I read that shit, and then sadly, bring your 5-string banjo. They can't even provide $95. You can't even provide me with a fucking banjo to play for an hour.
Hold on.
Fuck you.
There's a class on how Hamilton made musical theater history.
Yeah, dog.
It costs $45, and
the whole class is in the title. How it made musical theater history. It did. That's the whole class.
Wow. Medicare.
Oh god, ABCs of estate planning. More fucking planning your death.
Yeah, well,
is there going to be a how to kill yourself?
Unraveling Social Security.
Oh, man.
Saving, budgeting, and debt. Oh, my.
Anyway, I did see one. Foundations of Voice Acting.
Pickleball!
Oh, my God. What the Colin, for reference, Colin just snatched the brochure from my hands there. Pickleball excited him so.
Pickleball is
beginning fencing? Dude, that's way cooler than pickleball.
Shut up, there's pickleball. We're going to talk about that first before
Pickleball is just... Oh! You actually slapped me. What the fuck?
So
I didn't realize you loved pickleball this much.
I can only process one thing at a time. And right now it's pickleball.
Alright, tell me about pickleball.
Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in the US, attracting players of all ages. It's a mix of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. The mini tennis game is played on a badminton-sized court, and I don't care. I know everyone knows.
I don't care. It was so gung ho. It just reads two sentences.
You have to bring a pickleball paddle.
What the fuck? Who the fuck has a pickleball paddle that doesn't already know how to play pickleball?
Why is it $85 for 4
I'm sorry,
games?
but if you are taking a class to learn pickleball, there is no way you already own a pickleball racket.
Well, hold on. It's not to learn pickleball. It's just learn.
It's just go to play.
But like, why do I have to pay you to go play pickleball? It's just
you go there and then you just meet with people that want to play pickleball.
Why don't I just go on like Facebook and go to the National Pickleball Group, which I'm positive exists?
Because all the people who play pickleball are like 85 and they don't fucking use Facebook. They don't know how to.
Hey, you might actually like that.
Yeah, the foundations of voice acting seemed genuinely kind of neat because I've always thought it would be cool.
Beginning fencing, legit. It says they let you. I don't think you have to bring anything.
Oh, see, you can actually. Oh wait, if you wish to purchase a mask, the cost is $50.
Well, you can rent one for $10.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. They better provide me with a foil.
Otherwise, it's not really beginning fencing, is it? Men's basketball, golf,
whatever. Historic. There's actual trips. $125 $125 trip to Brooklyn?
Brooklyn?
That's kind of cool. I mean, we could just drive there, so we don't need to pay the money.
No, here's what we'll do. We're going to go up to them, and we'll wear trench coats and stuff.
Oh, and then flash them?
Oh, no, and then we'll be like, hey, where are you going on that trip? And we'll get them to tell us, and then we'll flash them.
Perfect. I like this one. What the pho? Teaching you how to cook pho.
Dumpling. I'm all that and dim sum.
I read this before. I didn't even notice that fucking pun. I'm all that and dim sum.
This podcast is gonna suck.
That's genuinely hilarious.
Fundamentals of drawing.
Yeah, I've done that.
Hold on, wait. What?
Tap dance. Whoa.
The creative
could be real cool.
Something we could learn to crochet. The magic of muffets.
God, this is for old people. Fuck.
Tap dance. That's actually really hard. That's actually really hard.
I can't get over not only the fun funeral one, but also that combined with the estate management, like how to write your will.
So here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys to tell us what we should take. The prices are pretty low, so like legit, I'd do it. I'll do it. So tell me what you want me to do. Also, there's like a Chinese one. That's the one. If I had one I had to do, it'd be probably pickleball.
Dude, I'm doing dim sum just for the dim sum. Dumplings and dim sum just for the fucking pun. That title pun is genius.
So you've got the power, people. Tell me what I should learn. Put it in the comments. If maybe I'll check them and I might even do it.
Boy, you're putting a lot of
power in Theo and Sam right now.
And Rory.
Rory, I know you in real life. Do me a solid, bro.
Somehow, and I was about to say you know Sam and Theo in real life, but you don't. We've lived here for fucking
3 months.
God, is it 3 months now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've only been here for 2 months.
I've been here for like
you were here 7. For it. Well, I mean, in this apartment.
Yeah. A little bit longer than you. Like 15 days longer than you. Not actually that much.
23 days. I actually remember. June
23. The number 23, like the Jim Carrey movie?
That's a Jim Carrey
movie? Number
movie?
23. He goes insane.
I thought that was a shitty TV show.
24?
Oh yeah.
Just only 23 hours.
No, wait, no. There's a terrible TV show called 3 or something. I got it mixed up. I crossed it with 24 and made 23.
Shouldn't that make 27?
Listen, motherfucker.
So
I don't need you telling me how to mix things up in my head.
Yeah,
I do that perfectly fine on my own.
So recently we haven't had So Pat and I try to like watch a movie. I'd say like once a week.
Yeah, we try.
It doesn't really always work, but last week we watched a movie that I think is actually one of my favorite movies that I've seen recently.
Yep, Justice League.
It's called. To give some backstory, I've been on a real kung fu kick lately. I love kung fu movies. This is my second favorite genre of film. It goes like bad horror films, specifically bad
ones. Yeah,
because like good horror films are fine, but I don't get scared at them. So a lot of the enjoyment of it Well, I'd rather have fun.
Yeah.
I have fun with good horror movies. Like, everyone liked The Conjuring, and I had a hoot and holler in time during that movie. But
I had a big old piss in my pants when I watched that
not
movie.
Even scary,
dude.
Also, it has one of my favorite police officers in all of horror fiction because he's the only dude who, like, normally in a horror film there will be a cop and they'll like be like. Somebody will come up and be like, there's a guy chasing me with a knife. And I'll be like, I don't believe you, miss.
Let's calm down, miss. We'll look into this.
And then, like, from the back of the squad car or something, he'll get stabbed.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, he's like, I'm skeptical of this because he should be because it's a ghost. And then stuff starts happening. He's like, oh, well, it's happening.
I'm getting the shotgun.
Like, he gets a gun. He's like, we're all going to stay together and not do stupid things. And you know what? Spoilers. He makes it.
Does he actually do anything of use in that movie, though?
He doesn't die.
He doesn't. I guess that's good enough.
I think
in a
he
horror
saves
movie.
somebody.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like he kicks in a door to save somebody.
That's
because like nobody in that movie really does anything. Like they just kind of like the wife does something because she's psychic, and then the other wife tries to kill her children because she's possessed by a ghost who really should be angry at the bank at this point. It's not really it's the bank. Oops. So I'd like to just point that out because that annoyed me. That ghost is really... The ghost of the witch is really short-sighted is what I'm saying. And it's kind of... I mean, I'm sure if I was a witch ghost...
Significant plot issues with this this supernatural being.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen.
Big gaps in logic with the
It's like she
ghost.
doesn't even... It's like she doesn't even know how her local government works.
Well, I think... Never mind.
So, but yeah, never mind, that was a stupid joke. But then...
She should have taken some classes at her local adult class thing at the local high school to learn how her local government works.
Brush up on civics.
Yeah, to properly haunt people. That wasn't funny.
Welcome to the podcast. But those are okay. Actual horror movies are fun. Bad horror films are great. There's just nothing better than getting some friends and watching a bad horror film. It really is like the tops. But just under that is watching either really good kung fu films
or really bad
ones.
I don't know that I've ever watched a really bad one because usually the really bad ones are just kind of boring.
There's one I've seen called like Ninja Master. That's legendary.
That's like the most generic fucking title
it's all on
Kung
YouTube.
Fu movie could ever
There's
have.
a part where there's ninjas coming after a guy and their headbands say ninja.
Nice.
It's so you know that they're
ninja.
No,
it's I don't want to be. That's good visual storytelling.
I don't want to see somebody on the bridge and be confused. Like I'm like, look, is that a ninja? It could be.
Is that a ninja? Or is that just a guy in black?
A guy in black.
Is that a stage crew guy?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just I can't tell. No,
but Ninja Master comes out. They write it on the headband.
Yeah, ninjas don't.
Now I know.
If there's anything ninjas are known for, it's being upfront and not wanting you to be confused.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So,
they all wear name tags.
But I've been on a big kung fu, just craze. I started playing this game called Jade Empire. It's really good. It's
have you already made the joke that you're on a kung fu kick? Because they kick in kung fu.
No, I didn't, and I really, really am very glad you made that. That was a
thank you.
funny joke.
This hilarious comedic interlude brought to you by Patreon. Thanks to all my supporters on Patreon for making these terrible jokes possible.
Please pay me so I can live. But yeah, so I've been watching these kung fu flicks. And we decided to sit down and watch something called the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. And that movie was an emotional roller coaster for me.
So, how did you hear about it? Because I've never heard of the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, but apparently it's
like great.
Yeah, apparently it's some like considered to be one of the best kung fu films. And I was like, the best kung fu film that's not Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. And it doesn't have dragon.
It has no Lee in it.
It doesn't have dragon in the title. Like how could it possibly be some world-renowned kung fu movie?
So I was at work, and I'm the only IT guy at my place where I work. Which is a whole other thing.
Yeah, I do not envy that position.
But I had an intern for a little bit. And he's back to school now, but he was like, I was talking to him and I was like, yeah, I'm in a big kung fu thing. I was watching some Bruce Lee, some Jackie Chan, and he was like, oh, well, you should check out this movie called The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. And I was like, oh, what is it? He's like, I don't know. But
I don't know.
But I went to my friend's house.
So he didn't even see it either?
House. No, he's like, I went to my friend's house and he was watching it. So I just sat down and watched it. And he's like, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll give you a benefit of the doubt. We'll check it out. So I get Pat to watch it. And I'm honestly, the whole time, I'm like, man, this is probably, if this movie is not either really bad or really good, Pat's gonna think my taste in movies sucks. Because it already is like on the edge.
Because I'm never gonna respect you again.
Yeah.
You show me one bad movie and I'm just...
It's done.
No, it's done.
So I was like, yeah, we'll put it in and watch it. And like for the first like 10 minutes, Pat and I were just sitting there like, we were like, what is happening? What is going on? Because it's like, it takes place in a period in China.
I'm half Chinese and I know nothing about anything truly Chinese besides like wontons and shit that my grandpa made. But like the problem is every era of Chinese or really any Asian history like pre-1920s looks exactly the same to us stupid Americans, because it's like if there's no cars to tell me when it's taking place, that fucking movie could be in anywhere from the late 1800s to like 200 AD. Like I have no fucking clue. Like, there's nothing. There's dudes on horses and there's dudes with spears and swords, and I'm like, this could take place in anywhere in a 1500 year window.
It's pretty ridiculous. I think that as Americans we're kind of like, we just don't know Chinese history at all.
Yeah, they don't teach us that shit.
It's also one where, like, at least in movies, America's history is kind of cut up to, like, I can tell roughly when something's taking place by the costumes.
But I think we have that just because we're American, right? Like, someone from China could probably look at who knows about Chinese history would probably look at this movie and be like, oh, it's during this period, because you can tell by the clothes and the etc. But we're like, there's dudes in robes. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I fully admit I could be wrong, but I would say that and this is America in movies, we typically, the costume design between like this era and this era are like really bombastic. It's like the difference between the 20s and like the 50s are like really pronounced.
But the more appropriate comparison though
like
is
the
like
20s and the 30s.
No, it would be like
Oliver Twist.
It would be like the 1770s versus, it would be like the Revolution versus the Civil War. That's the kind of thing that we'd have to.
I think you could tell,
and I could tell the difference there, but like an average Chinese person probably couldn't. They're like, this is Revolutionary War or Civil War? They don't fucking know. Just like we look at, is this fucking? I almost said Warring States period. That's Japan. That's an entirely different. But like, this is this dynasty and this is this dynasty. Like maybe they could tell the difference there, but we sure as shit can't.
Listen, I'm just saying in terms of movies, I think it's easier to tell America apart. Also, because a lot of change happens really fast from America's
point being, the movie takes place in sometime in China,
and like there's
before cars. That's about as much as we can pinpoint it. Before cars existed.
Before Shaolin monks taught Shaolin martial arts to other people. That's all we know.
If that's a real thing, that might be based in history. No idea.
Maybe, I don't know. Shaolin monks are cool in movies, and so they probably were exactly like they are in movies in real life.
I actually know a guy who trained at a Shaolin temple for like a few months or something.
Can he shoot fireballs?
Yeah, he can breathe. Nice. He can stretch his arms and fucking break steel plates on his head. So
but
he can throw needles through glass panes.
Sadly, he is always concussed.
Yeah,
because we'll get into that later. But so this movie takes place like in the first 10 minutes. It's basically like this teacher's like, we must not like the government because the government is bad. And then like the government shows up and they're like, who said we're bad?
Yeah,
and,
was
like,
it you?
And they like kill everyone except this one kid who escapes, right? Or two kids who escape. And then
Santa.
Whatever. But
no, that's his name.
I don't remember because I was
Santa Fe.
I love the movie.
Or Santa.
I love the movie, but like the main character in this, he grows and changes. But really, there was like an hour-long thing. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
So his friends are like, we need to get out of here, boy. So they run to go to a Shaolin temple.
Yeah, because they're like, if we know Shaolin, if we know Kung Fu, we can kick fucking ass and be awesome.
Spoiler alert. They're right.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Oh, my favorite movie.
So they go, and one of the friends gets like the government catches up with them, and I don't know who even told them they left.
I don't know.
They kill one of the guys. They
end up at a Shaolin temple.
No, they kill one of the guys, and then the other guy ends up at the Shaolin temple. But he's got his leg gets it's gnarly messed up. It gets like it's like green by the time he makes it to the Shaolin temple.
It's a bad situation for him.
But then he's basically like, "Hey, teach me Shaolin, please teach me Shaolin. Just let me stay here." And they're like, "Yeah, all right, kid, you can stay here. We'll teach you some Shaolin." And then a year passes, and the thing about this movie is it's like a long-term thing. This kid is learning Shaolin for years.
This movie takes place over the course of like at least 7 years or something like that. But it's a long time that it takes over. But like after that point, it's just like an hour and a half training montage. Pretty much.
At this point, I was like, this movie seems really weird. Like it doesn't. Yeah. There's been no real fights. There was like a fight in the beginning that was okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't even with the main character.
Yeah,
like, he hasn't really done anything yet.
So I'm like, this isn't. In comparison to, we watched another kung fu movie,
Ong Bak,
which was really
rad
good
movie.
But it starts with this like really like intense, like they're climbing a tree thing, and it's surprisingly intense.
Yeah, dudes are like falling into the mud from like 50 feet up, and you're like, oh my god.
And you're like, they did that in real life. That's not stunt doubles.
This is crazy.
So you're like, oh man, this is, it's not bad, but it's not good. And then an hour, like you said, an hour and a half montage of training starts. Yeah. And
it's not really a montage, but it's just because there's, talking and stuff, but it's literally just an hour and a half of training. And like, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense because I was like, this is going to be, I hope it's not an hour and a half of training because we chose, there's a rule we have. It's called the 23-minute rule.
Yeah, it's a great rule.
And it's one of the proudest things I've ever made in my life. You whatever movie you're watching, if you can't decide if you want to see it or not, you and some friends, skip to the 23rd minute and watch the minute complete. Yep. You got to watch the whole minute. And then you decide after that if you want to watch the film. Yep. 23 minutes is, scientifically, the best point to go to just see enough time has passed in the movie for cool things to start. You're past the build-up, but it's not so late that you're going to ruin the movie and watch the best thing.
So you just judge it entirely on a random minute, and hey, if that minute sucked, too bad, you lose. Yep. I think we've actually explained that rule before on the podcast, but we use that a lot.
It deserves to be repeated. But then, like we use that, and we're like, oh, it's just training.
It's training, and then like I skipped forward again, I think, and I was like, he's still training.
Like, what's going on?
It's a long all right, whatever. But we watched it anyway.
We decided to watch it, but like the training is just awesome. I don't know what. It's some crazy training he goes through. Like they were like,
also this dude is just the best
Shaolin monk ever.
He's the best fucking dude ever.
Yeah.
Like every single training, he starts out and it's like, no, this is hard, and then he just demolishes it every time, just fucking nailing it. And it shows it makes it seem like it happens in like minute long scenes, so it's like, wow, he's picking this up fast, but it's like years are going by. He's training at these things for months on end, and like just fucking going so hard to get revenge on his
but even then, I don't know, it's really weird. Like, so he goes through some like pretty gnarly like training processes.
The
like there's one with a bucket, and he has to hold two buckets up, and on the sides of the bucket are knives.
Attached to his arms, pointing down.
Yeah.
So he's got his arms out with heavy buckets, and the knives. If he lets the buckets down, the knives will stab him in the side.
Yeah. And you know what he learns? Not to put his arms down is what he learns.
Yeah. He even starts helping his.
That was the true test, was to see if he could help his friends, but also to get ripped.
And then I remember, and then towards the end of the movie, to like graduate, basically, he has to beat someone in fight, right?
Before we get to that, there's also the test called what I'm going to lovingly refer to as the concussion test.
There's so many good training things, because I was thinking you were going to talk about the weed test, where he's got two giant fat blunts next to his head. Well, that's real. It's not weed, but he's got just two big fat incense blunts sitting next to his head, and he has to like watch a light go back and forth without burning his face on the giant
without moving it, without moving his head.
I still gotta make that funny gif of that.
But
the concussion test.
The concussion test is just like
fucking wild.
There's just like this like thing in front of him, and it's just full of like wooden.
Is it like sand or something?
It's
just big punching bags
and they're like
a field of punching bags hanging at head level.
And they're like, and he's like trying to get through it, and he's like ducking, and a master comes to him. He's like, nope, you don't duck. And this master's head, it is important to note, is like permanently disfigured.
Yeah, this poor master drew the short straw and had to get the fuck up your head concussion
Chamber of Shaolin.
The 23rd. Number 23, whichever one it was.
And 23, it keeps coming up.
Oh my god.
Jim Carrey's coming for it. But
somebody stop me.
I don't vaccinate my kids. So
does he not? Is he an anti-vaxxer?
He's an anti-vaxxer.
Damn it, I used to like him.
Yeah, well.
Son of a bitch.
So the guy like goes through and he's headbutting like probably like 30 or 40 punching bags,
and you see all
presumably
the
filled with sand, and he comes out and he's like clearly concussed.
Oh, he's like, so concussed. Like they stopped just short of showing like something from his perspective and it having seeing 20 images at once, and
his head is like black and blue.
He's in bad shape.
And then the Shaolin. My favorite thing is throughout all of these things, every single time he does something, it'll like pan to a teacher who just looks at him, smiles and nods.
Once he starts doing well, it just zoom in on teacher, arms folded, knowing nod. It's like you are progressing, my child. And I'm like, ooh. I want my Asian grandpa to look at me with such approval.
Teach me to concuss myself.
Dream. Yeah.
But then he so you were saying that the last
the final test to what does he want to leave? He's got like
it's to graduate.
Yeah.
To become a master.
Yeah. And one of the other masters challenges him to sword combat, and he keeps trying different weapons to beat this one sword master, and then eventually he invents the 3-part pole that I have staff. I have no idea what it's actually called, but just that cool staff thing that splits into 3 parts, and he invents that shit. And I was like, oh, that thing is gonna be the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Like he invented that, and now he's gonna he's gonna get his own chamber. The 36th chamber will be that one that he'll teach. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I was really proud of that.
It's a good idea, but
I was wrong.
In the beginning of the movie, somebody mentions how like Shaolin martial arts could change the world, basically, because they're in this world they are superheroes.
Basically, they can do anything,
but they don't train anyone. So he's like, Master, let me go out and be the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Will be me going out to the people.
The 36th Chamber will be the entire world.
I'm gonna teach everyone. And the Master's like, no,
nah, fuck you.
That's not allowed.
We're keeping our shit. Fuck you, Santa.
And then he gets exiled for that idea, which in retrospect for the Master should have been.
Yeah, they should have kept him there.
Should have been the opposite.
He's gonna go out and you just gave him what he wanted to leave and go be the 36th Chamber,
But basically,
whatever.
The rest of the movie is him and admittedly, he doesn't try to teach people martial arts. Like in the beginning,
not in the movie.
We can
assume he does it later.
Yeah, well, later on, I think he does. But like in the beginning, it looks like he's like, oh, I've been exiled, but I'm gonna come back, and I'm not gonna teach anyone martial arts. Yeah. And then he goes to like a graveyard, and people are being attacked by the government. He just basically takes on the government at this point.
He just takes down everyone.
And
that
the
gets
thing
in his
is,
way.
he has literally no competition. Like this is, if you think that at any moment he's in any danger, the film goes out of its way to be like, nah, dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's really weird, but it also feels really earned.
It really does. Yeah. It's not like I don't know, like the first example I've thought of just like overpowered protagonist is like Sword Art Online. Yeah. Sword Art Online, where just for no reason. Well, I mean, it's explained, but it's a shitty explanation. It's just, this character that's the main character is just the best at everything because he is, and every time there's a challenge, he's just like, wait, I'm the best, and I did this. But this 36 Chamber of Shaolin, it feels earned because you just watched him become the best for an hour and a half. And he struggled and went through all this pain and suffering.
He had to
concussed himself.
Learn to eat rice while on like a water barrel.
Yeah. a barrel in the water, not just a barrel full of water. I could do that.
But the thing, I would say an even more apt...
It feels really earned how strong he is.
An even more apt comparison is when you compare it to, like, a Jackie Chan film. In most Jackie Chan films, I mean, like... It's you know Jackie's gonna win the fight, but he's like struggling during it, and like he goes down, and then he has a moment where he earns it and he comes back up. This movie doesn't even do that. It's like, no, this guy's awesome, but again, you just spent like an hour and a half watching him be awesome, so you're like,
watching him becoming awesome.
Yeah, it's I really do recommend it. It was like
a pretty cool movie,
surprisingly good film.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, but that was a lot better than Justice League.
Moving right along to the other movie we watched, like the week after or whatever.
Justice League.
You know, we sound incredibly down on it because we're you've seen our other podcasts if you have. It's all superhero movies and shit like that. We talk about that a lot because we like them. I'm a big fan of the MCU in general. Infinity War is like my favorite one. We watched the DC movies as well, and they're all really bad. But that said, I think Justice League might be my favorite one of all the DC movies.
Here's the thing about Justice League. Here's the thing about Justice League. It's not a good film, but it's also not a bad film in the same way that all of the other DC films are.
Yeah, that's true. Well, except Wonder Woman. We can like exclude Wonder Woman because it's an outlier because it's like good, but honestly, I like Justice League better. Like I think Justice League is like Wonder Woman's definitely the better movie, but like Justice League was way more fun.
It's fun, yeah.
It was way more fun to watch. Like Wonder Woman's good, but it's really just your typical MCU movie level. Like it's just average for MCU, so it's nothing special. It feels very like, yeah, I've seen this kind of thing before, which Justice League also does, but Justice League has enough of it's got like that little spice of bad B movie just like sprinkled in to make it like just shitty enough to be really funny and also really fun to watch.
My way of describing it is, and this sounds weird, Justice League is probably one of the most comic book like movies I've ever seen in my life.
And you would know more about that than I would.
By that I mean like everything is absolutely ridiculous and cut in with just... I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, nothing... In a Marvel movie, they manage to make you go like, yeah, this all makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, even when the plot's ridiculous, it's kind of not ridiculous, right? Justice League doesn't do that. Justice League is... the Marvel movies are like a good comic book movie. It's a movie based off a good comic book.
Yeah.
The Justice League movie is just a bad comic book. It's like, it's just a bad comic book. The villain's terrible, the characters are pretty one note, but there's also a real sense of like fun about it. Like, you don't know why you're having fun.
And it's not all grim and serious like,
no, the movie has a
Man
lot
of
of
Steel.
jokes.
Yeah, most of them don't land, but
there are a few that do also land.
I think, honestly, the funniest thing in the movie, though, I think the thing we both laughed hardest at, correct me if I'm wrong, but the part where Cyborg is flying and he like picks up Aquaman out of the sky and he says some shit and we fucking rewound that shit like
5 times.
Like at least 5 times. Like, what the hell did he just say? Because it sounded like he just said, rise over there. We heard him say it and we're like, hold on, what the fuck was that?
We watched the scene so many times that Pat and I were coming up with theories. Like, did he say school's not out yet?
Yeah, like okay, I thought he said riding over Yem. Like that is legit what I heard. He was like riding over Yem, riding over Yem, and I was like, what? What? And then we were like, okay, let's put in our final answers as to what the fuck we think he said, and then put on the subtitles and see what the actual answer is. And the actual answer is ride ain't over yet, which makes sense for why I could riding over Yem. But that was the ultimate answer. I was like, wow, what a great line. I'm glad we rewound that a million times.
But it actually was like fun to watch. The characters are like not really
so basic.
Characters.
They're so basic.
But at the same time, I don't care because it wasn't offensively bad.
It's like they wanted their Avengers. They wanted to just get right to the Avengers. So they just skipped all of the previous steps. Like, the Avengers works because we know who these characters are because we've gotten to know them. Hawkeye being the only exception. He's the only one who just shows up. Actually, no, he has a cameo in Thor, but he doesn't have like a real role in any of the previous movies. But his role
was also antagonistic for most of the movie.
Yeah, that's true. But we've established all these characters. We know this universe. We know who these people are. So when you put them all in a movie together, it works. But Justice League has to, not only does it have to introduce all these characters and then establish their dynamics and stuff, and then have a big bombastic final action scene. It has so much to do, and it it really doesn't work from like a structure point of view, but it still is a fun movie to watch because there's enough just good action.
Well, there's a scene of like Superman taking on the entirety of the Justice League.
That's possibly the most fucking awesome superhero thing to ever be put to film. Honestly,
it's actually really cool. It's one of those things where like in the film they make no holds bar that Superman is by far the most dangerous person in the movies.
Apparently, the revival, like Superman gets revived for somehow.
I don't know.
Spoilers.
Kryptonians.
Mother boxes.
The Flash.
A mother box that gets electrified in crypto water.
Cyborg's there,
and Cyborg does a thing, and then Superman's back somehow.
Is it supposed to make him stronger?
It apparently made him stronger. There's apparently a line in the movie at some point where Batman is like, Clark Kent, he's like, Superman is like as strong as a planet now. It's like, oh my god.
Oh,
Superman was already fucking ridiculous.
But like he is having absolutely no problem with anyone at all. The whole league is like trying to fight him. There's a scene where they have like 3 people pushing against him and he's not moving and the Flash is like running in super speed.
That's the best scene in the movie. Is the best moment of the entire movie is Superman looking to the side and seeing the Flash
in super speed, and the Flash just going. His face is just like,
hilarious.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Like it's genuinely pretty great. In fact, honestly, the Flash. I actually think this is one of the only superhero films that does super speed, but makes me understand why super speed doesn't fix everything in the movie. Because the Flash is a goofy man in this movie.
And kind of an incompetent idiot.
He's kind of an idiot, but he's also likable-ish. So,
big-ish, I think.
He gets pretty grating, but like it really does kind of work because like super speed is one of the coolest powers to like look at in terms of like a movie. You get something like the Quicksilver scene, and you're like, whoa, that's awesome. But you have the problem where you then can't have them in the film because like they're gonna fix everything. Like
that's like the big question hanging over X-Men: Days of Future Past. It's like,
why didn't you just keep using?
Why didn't Quicksilver just do everything?
It happens in Apocalypse, I think, where they have Quicksilver there and like he gets beaten, but you're like
he does a thing that just like firmly is like, okay, Quicksilver is just completely fucking broken because everybody has been throwing everything they have at Apocalypse and nothing works. And then Quicksilver just runs in and fucking punches him like 1,000,000 times, like back and forth, and only gets beat because he like, what is he like? He earthbends his leg into the ground or something.
It's like, but it's like he's too fast. Like there's no ridiculous. It's like there's no way. It's like in comics and stuff. One of the favorite things I did. There was a kid who I used to know who asked me. He was like, "What could beat the Flash?" I think I could beat the Flash. And I was like, "Nothing you
could beat the Flash."
He's like, "Nothing you could do could ever beat the Flash." He's like, "Well, what if I got the Flash doesn't? I know his identity, and I get into it, and I have a sniper rifle, and I shoot at him." And I was like, like, you realize the Flash is so fast that when the bullet touches him, he can feel it touching him. Yeah. Like he's fast.
He doesn't even need to do that. He'll hear it. And then turn around and be like, what was that? And he'll see the bullet, like, just leaving your gun and be like, oh, someone shot at me? Huh, that's weird. And he'll run up and grab the bullet from right in front of your gun and put it in your pocket and then run back before you even know what happened.
And then he'll build an orphanage.
Yeah, I read, that's one of the few Flash... I love the Flash just because I love super speed because I'm a Sonic fan. Need to mention that every podcast. Just so everyone knows.
Don't worry, everyone. We hit the quota.
Yeah, you have to know that about me because I've never made it clear in any videos. But like, The Flash is... I love super speed. Like, super speed is just really cool. And the Flash... Yeah, what he goes... A building burns down, and he goes to the library, reads all of the books that he needs to, to get the knowledge on how to build a building, and then just builds the building.
Yeah.
In like a matter of seconds.
He also brings pizza.
Yeah, of course.
It's one of those things, again, and this is kind of why Justice League works. That kind of stuff doesn't happen in Marvel, right? Because no,
not really. Because they had one speedster and they killed him, which really made me sad.
Even assuming that was like that speedster was around, they wouldn't do something like it's just silly. It's really silly.
Yeah, they don't do the stuff like how Superman, like when he's fighting Wonder Woman, where he does that really silly looking whoop speed towards her, like zoom. And they don't do that, even though like Thor definitely could do that. Like he's that fast. It's easily,
because
but,
it looks stupid and it's silly. But at the same time, that's kind of why I like Justice League. But I acknowledge it as a terrible film.
Yeah, it's silly. It's okay with doing the really silly looking stuff. That's like cool.
And
but
yeah,
really, it's cool and silly.
That said, I do just want an actual good Justice League film.
The one hope, I guess, is for Shazam to be good. I guess the trailer looks good.
It's hard to tell. I don't trust trailers because I still hold that Man of Steel had a good trailer.
Man of Steel did have a fucking pretty good trailer. But yeah, I don't like. Shazam looks like it has potential, but it also looks like they're pandering a little too hard to the Marvel. Like they're leaning too much into ripping off Marvel. Like Marvel movies are all fun and happy, even though the most recent one just killed everybody. They're fun and lighthearted, so we got to make one that's fun and lighthearted. And they're in. I'm hoping, but it doesn't. I'm not gonna hold my breath for Shazam to be that great.
In all fairness, it's kind of a catch-22. Everyone wants them to be like Marvel because Marvel movies are good, but everyone, if they're like Marvel, people are gonna be like,
You're just ripping on Marvel.
Just a Marvel ripoff.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be light and fun-hearted now, and it's like,
there is a segment.
It's Superman. Let him be fun.
Yeah. Look at his costume.
Superman is all about inspiring people around him. Like, come on, man.
And you make him grim and serious and dark, and it's just, no one wants to watch that shit.
That's another thing.
Some people do want to watch that shit, but they're wrong.
They're wrong. That's the other thing about Justice League that kind of gets something right. Like, there's a point where people are in danger, and, like, Superman's immediate reaction is like, oh, there's people in danger.
He leaves the fight with the big bad guy to go save people, because that's more important than
because Superman cares about saving people.
Beating up the big CGI villain, who Steppenwolf looks like an absolute joke.
Terrible.
Like, he actually looks like a fucking video game character. It's so bad.
He looks like a joke, and I think we mentioned this. As a villain, there is never a sense that he is at all a threat.
Never. He shows up, and it's like established from the beginning that like Wonder Woman could probably beat him if she needed to. Yeah. Like if it really came down to it, she could fight him because there's
Wonder Woman
and Aquaman are just like
strong and like they don't do much. They get into a brief fight with him and then he leaves.
Yeah, but it's just like. But it's a good scene. The Superman scene that we were talking about is a good one because they're fighting the bad guy and Superman just goes like, wait, I gotta stop beating this dude up to go save someone. Because Superman is about saving people. He's not about beating shit up. He's about saving people. Which is great.
It's one of those things that, like, looking back at, like, Man of Steel, I think I've said it before, but this addresses one of the big problems with that film is, like, he doesn't
save anybody in that whole movie.
And it's really weird because it's a really easy thing to write in. All you have to do is, for some reason, Zod is just as good at Superman at using his powers within, like, 10 hours of having them.
Which I've been trained from birth to be a warrior. Where did you train? On a farm? Do you remember that great line?
Whatever.
On a farm?
But, like, whatever, if you're gonna have a bad reason for it, fine, but you don't even need that. Superman could just be getting hurt in that fight because he's protecting people.
Yeah. But like, instead,
instead,
him and Zod take no damage through the entire fight. They
destroy
punch each other through the city
world.
That feels like, it's made of paper because they're just
I feel like I'm living in a world made of cardboard.
Because they're just endlessly destroying everything and showing no signs of damage at all from anything that's happening until the very end where Zod is like, I'm gonna kill them. Stop me, Superman.
And then Superman goes, by the way,
breaks his neck in horrible, brutal fashion.
Everyone got really mad at Superman for killing people, and that's true. You have to earn those moments. Superman, like, has killed people before.
Yeah.
Like, that's happened.
I mean, he'll kill, like, monsters and shit.
Well,
I guess he'll kill people.
I mean,
if need be.
Superman is more complex than people think as a character. I mean, he taking life is bad all the time, but like it's one of those things where like there are comics where Superman has done that, and they're not bad comics.
What about the great one where Superman kills the Joker? Isn't that one great?
And the Injustice universe actually isn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was just
it's pretty good, but I hate the fact that every video game or thing that once. So there's a lot of things where people are like, I don't like Superman because he's too much of a goody two-shoes. Yeah.
So him evil.
I'm gonna make a universe where he's the bad guy, and the only one who can stop him is Batman.
It's always Batman.
Because he's just a man. I'm so annoyed by that. It bothers me in a way that is hard to describe. Because tell
us how you really feel.
I love both of those characters, but guys, when I hear writers complain, like, it's Superman, there's no story to tell. And then I look at, like, all of the great stories that have been told with Superman, and the people are like, he's too much of a goody two-shoes.
He's too powerful, he's too OP, you can't do anything with him.
I mean, those same people will be like, but Goku could really fuck him up.
Yeah.
It bothers me. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to get into this. It bothers me. If that's your opinion, I think you're wrong. And
Goku could totally win.
Really no way that we could get into... we're not...
Goku's multiverse level now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, tell me when he sneezes galaxies away. Do you ever see that panel? There's a panel where...
I've seen the one where he patches a hole in reality with static electricity that rubs his hands together.
The time he lifts a book that weighs infinite.
That wasn't even like a long time ago. No, that was recent.
That was
relatively recent.
I think that
compared
was,
to the sneezing galaxies.
I think that was Infinite Crisis, maybe.
No.
That was
the Infinite Book Crisis.
Final Crisis, I think.
I don't even fucking know.
Sam or Theo, Sam, tell me what
there's multiple crisis things. I don't even know.
Sam's the one who likes Superman, right?
Yeah,
got it. But yeah, like it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's comparing imaginary numbers. None of it. It truly doesn't matter. Even though Superman would win.
But that said, Thor, MCU Thor could totally beat Superman. A movie Superman.
We had a long discussion about that.
On reflection, honestly, the problem is both of them just don't really have enough feats to support anything.
Especially if Superman just had a power up.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that Superman is supposed to be even stronger than his Man of Steel incarnation now that he's been revived.
I mean, Man of Steel incarnation,
that just makes
Superman
him even more ridiculous.
Flies through mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
And Thor's best feat is hurting Thanos.
Which is a big feat.
Good feat.
Yeah, that's a fucking good feat, but like...
I totally forgot.
We have no idea what else he can do.
I totally forgot that like his axe goes through
it goes through that infinity beam. Like, 6 stone Thanos gets bodied by Thor when 1 stone Thanos not even using the stone fucking demolishes the Hulk. Like,
the Captain Marvel movie, if they really do the thing where it's like she is the strongest anyone ever in the films, you gotta wonder what that movie's even gonna be.
It's gonna be nothing.
She's just gonna show up there like, no, Thanos.
Yeah. Like, I can only... Yeah, I really have no idea. I'm excited for Captain Marvel, but I have no fucking clue what they're gonna do.
I do wonder if they're gonna just totally not have Marvel.
No, they are.
Is Marvel gonna be a thing?
Yeah. It's confirmed that... Who knows? I mean, probably. It's confirmed that Jude Law is playing him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Captain
cool.
Marvel is like, that's how you introduce Thanos, because that dude had some, he was like Thanos's like thing. Like, he was the guy who fought Thanos like probably the most.
Yeah.
Like, he was like that was like his shtick was fighting Thanos.
And they've set up Adam Warlock too in the Guardians movies, so it's presumably that'll have something to do with it, because he's a big deal with Thanos too. Yeah. Right.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
So yeah, who knows? There's a million ways they could go with it. I'm definitely interested to see what they do.
I want it to be good. Captain Marvel's cool. I do worry if they mean that she is just the strongest. And this is funny because I was just saying, like, a Superman film, like, if you don't know what's, strength and all that. Like, there's always something to challenge the character. I don't know how she's gonna fit in the universe that they've established.
Yeah,
Marvel. Like, I could think of stories for her.
Yeah.
I don't know what she would do when she meets other people.
Yeah, so if you don't know what we're referring to, it's there was an article or an interview, I think, with Kevin Feige, the like mastermind basically behind the MCU, where he said, like, basically Captain Marvel, when she's introduced, will be the strongest character we've ever seen, or maybe the strongest hero we've ever seen, which still makes him
hero, because there's some villains in Marvel like Ego who.
But it's like, I can only assume that means upon her introduction, she'll be the strongest. Like, she'll be the strongest at introduction that any character has ever been when they were introduced. Like, she's gonna be stronger than Thor when he was introduced, and not she's gonna be stronger than Thor now, because that would be fucking insane.
I don't know
if she was stronger than Thor now.
Again, I can think of stories for her. I can think of interesting stories when a character's that strong, but not if they have to meet up with other. If not in the plot of Infinity, like the Infinity War. Like, I don't know, unless the movie's just about getting her. In which case,
maybe
it could be it. That could be.
I don't know.
Interesting, I guess. I mean, makes the Infinity Stones look a lot less awesome.
Yeah. Well, the Infinity Gauntlet is all fucking
broken up.
Yeah, it's all melty.
He's gonna have to go. He's gonna go have to get giant Tyrion Lannister to fix it for him.
I do like that.
I still felt bad about laughing.
Well, it's funny. It's a good. It's a funny joke. It's a funny joke.
Just even when he's giant, he's a dork.
We talked about that before.
Yeah.
What else do we want to talk about? We've talked superhero movies to death. Now that I think about it, well,
no,
you had something to say, because it's over an hour. Usually towards the end of the podcast, there's a thing I always, what is it we do at the end? I always forget.
Well, hold on a minute. What time is it?
Well, I don't know. Is this the time where you say the thing? Because I forgot. I asked you what it was. You haven't told me yet.
It's time for Colin's Corner.
Oh, that's the thing.
Colin's Corner.
How can I forget?
Play the jingle.
There's no jingle.
Please make a jingle.
I just did.
Very good. So Colin's Corner, for those of you who don't know, is a time in which I ask a question to all of you and Pat, but mostly to you, lovely listeners, and
like 100 of them.
Ask you all to give me in the comments an answer to this perplexing problem.
Do you actually have one prepared, or are you just winging it?
Oh, I've got one prepared.
Okay, great. Hit me with it.
I actually asked you it earlier.
Oh.
So assume you had a monkey paw.
Oh god.
Right? So
another wish question.
For those of you, I love these things. For those of you, do you want me to give one a boring one?
It's fine. It's just like half of them are wish based.
Listen, I test the moral fabric of our listeners.
All right.
Do you want me to come up with something else?
It's your corner.
I mean, I could do something else. No, I mean, this is Patrick's corner now.
It's your corner.
This is Patrick's corner. You do it.
No, the whole podcast
you do it.
is
I mean, it's good. It's fine. No.
Go ahead, Colin.
No, it's good. I mean, you go.
No. All right. Do you know what? Are you serious?
No, I wanted to hear your take. No, go please.
Welcome to Patrick's Corner, and now I actually make a jingle.
I'll be mad.
You will know.
I'll watch it now.
Oh god.
I can see the time.
All right. My question's not even that complex.
No, go on.
I have a question.
Please. Yeah.
Okay, my question I asked my friends earlier, just very simple. What would you rather have? Todoroki. Which half of Todoroki from Hero Academia? Which of his powers would you want more? Do you get the ice creation or the fire?
Do you get the repercussion that he's you can overheat when you use fire or die of cold?
Yes. So you have to limit how much you use it.
How long can he use his powers before he gets it? Because Endeavor he uses it.
I mean, he can use them a lot before he starts feeling repercussions from
fire. I guess I think fire would be more useful.
See, I don't think fire would be all that useful in typical day-to-day stuff.
No, but you could make a career out of it.
I guess I guess you could do that. See, my thinking is I want the ice power because it's 85 degrees in this room and I am sweating bullets right now. I've been sweating for the last hour because we had to turn the air conditioning off.
I suffer for your amusement.
No, I suffer because Colin doesn't even care about the heat. Colin and everyone else I know, I'm sitting in 80-degree weather and sweating and dying, and everyone's just like, "What's the matter with you, Pat? We're all fine." I'm dying here. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm overweight or what, but like, I get hot so easily, and I hate it, and I'm sweating all the damn time. So if I could have Todoroki's ice power and just always be nice and cool, and just always have a cold drink when I need it, like, that'd be great. So that's why I want that shit.
I mean, I think both options are cool. I mean, I would take either one. It's just a cool superpower. Oh yeah. But
what if you had to pay like money for them? How much would you be willing to pay?
At least $20.
$20 whole dollars.
At
wow.
least. I don't know. I mean, I'm bad. You
can't put a price tag on superpowers.
I'm bad at things. Well, I'm bad at things like how much would you pay? Because like my thought process is like, well, I need somebody to make me an offer.
How about you just reset all of your money to zero right now?
Yes.
Not including debt. No, not debt.
Yeah.
You don't get to erase your debt. I don't forgive you.
In a heartbeat.
Just like all the money you have.
In a heartbeat. I could make that money back in no time. Man. I can make fire. Like, there's no way people are not going to want to use that. Like, I could.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Easy. So here's my question. Colin's Corner.
Back to Colin's Corner. No jingle.
I just want one. Like, I know it's not. I know
making jingles is hard, dude. You ever made a jingle?
No, I've never made a jingle. It's
fucking hard.
I know it's hard. What I'm saying is, I thought our friendship mattered. But
actually, my license for Epidemic Sound is expiring this month because I'm not part of the Curse Network anymore. So I'm not going to be able to use a lot of the stock music I've been using. I'm gonna have to find a new royalty-free theme song for the
All I'm
podcast.
Saying is, if you have a jingle now, if you took and made a jingle for you, and you don't do it for me at this point, I'm gonna be a little angry in your life, and I live with you now, so I can make that bad.
I'll just go stay with Theo for a while until you
gonna let this cool down? You think I'm gonna cool down?
This jingle is gonna tear us apart.
This jingle already has. So, my question is this: imagine you had the ability to have one rule put out to the world, right?
Oh, see, I like this one.
And it's anything you want it to be, right? You can just make one rule and people have to follow it.
Now, is it everyone has to follow it, or it just becomes a new rule? Like,
I would say, it becomes a law, but there's like a punishment for not following it.
Because like there's already laws against most bad things, and people still do them.
Yeah, so but it becomes finable. Like this thing becomes a thing where like the government will care. Okay. So whatever it is.
This is a very small. So this has to be a pretty small thing, I think.
I mean, or okay.
Right.
Well, let's do twofold. One of them is where people have to obey it.
Okay.
And the other one is where it's like, the government will fine you or something like that. Because it's more fun if there's two.
Yeah. See, my immediate thought for something just magically everyone will now follow this rule is like something small that will benefit society that has very very low chance of going extremely wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of the thing about this question.
Like, you got to think about the repercussions.
It sounds really easy because you're always like, oh, I don't want people to like. I think yours was like, I don't want people to litter.
Yeah, I think that would be mine. That would just everyone now follows this because I feel like that has a very low chance of going severely wrong. And this led people won't throw shit on the floor anymore.
This led into the monkey paw question where I was like, it's really easy to twist anything to be a monkey paw question.
I mean, how do you think no litter anymore could fuck things up? Really, I think it's pretty safe.
I would say it would probably be the definition that the monkey paw makes littering.
Oh, this fucking monkey paw is always out to get me.
Assuming it's the monkey paw, and that's what the original question was going to be. What's a monkey paw question you could give out where you think there'd be just the least amount of harm?
Like you think you could beat the monkey paw?
No, not beat the monkey paw. You're not going to beat the monkey paw. Don't even think that.
You're never going
to beat the monkey paw. But what's something you could say where it's like, the worst repercussion is like maybe I don't have money anymore or something like that. Like. There's just it's hard to do, but regardless, that's not the question this corner because of Pat. Unless you want it to be, it's your decision. Put in the comments. I don't know, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications.
Ring that bell for notification.
But my thing is like even with this situation that kind of happens, right? Like these laws, especially if it's something people have to follow. I'm real scared about what I could do with that unintentionally because you do something that's like. I don't want anyone to ever murder. Yeah. And it sounds like something like you're like, there could possibly be no ramifications to that, but like somehow...
Who knows what would happen with something that big.
Yeah, somehow it's going to end with like, I don't know, the Nazis taking over or just something
That's
crazy.
already happening.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say that one. But yeah. So what is something that you would make a law if you could that everyone has to follow? And what's something that you would make a law where like the government would fine you or there's like a jail time repercussion?
There's one where you can just magically change how everyone behaves, and the other is just now it's a misdemeanor or whatever. And now it's illegal.
And if you're feeling froggy, what's a monkey paw wish that you think would just cause the least amount of harm?
So this is a
This is more of a Colin whole room. Than
this is three corners. You just need one more question. You'll have a full room.
If you could turn into a lamp.
Wait, no. The last one is my question.
That's not.
That's four. That's four. It makes a full room.
Your question was maybe like 0.5.
What the fuck? Why do you get to decide what's a full corner?
The next one is if you could turn into a lamp, would you find it illuminating?
Fuck you, God. God damn it, Colin. You said that because there's a fucking lamp on my table?
Yeah,
you looked over, like, desperately searching for something to turn into a question. You saw the lamp and were like, what horrible joke can I make with this?
If you could prevent war and cause world peace, but the hit series Animorphs never existed.
No! Never.
Yeah, or the Bailey School Kids.
Nothing is worth losing those. Nothing in the world is worth losing. Animorphs.
There was
what was Bailey School
the Bailey
Kids?
School
I never read
Kids.
those ones.
I remember reading the Bailey School Kids all the time as a kid. There's one book where even as a child I was like, what the hell is happening? It's called Cupid Doesn't Flip Hamburgers, and it's about this manipulative,
does he like make the?
No,
does the hamburgers make you fall in love?
Nah, it's sugar cookies.
Oh.
So what happens is these kids. They're in elementary school, which already
Cupid doesn't bake cookies then,
which already sets off some flags because it's elementary school and Cupid's involved. It's kind of weird, but
hey, kids have crushes in elementary school.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, you think Cupid could maybe target people who are able to make decisions in life, like maybe they should go after people whose first priority is not like I can't when I close my eyes sometimes I think the world doesn't exist.
How young do you think elementary school kids are?
They're like, I don't know, like 1 or something.
Yeah, that's about right.
Close. They've just developed. When did you develop object permanency? I was like 7.
Object what-inancy? Wait, so you're telling me when I close my eyes, things don't go away?
No.
I just assume the world gets created anew every time I wake up.
Hold on, we're not getting into that philosophical question. What we are getting into is this lady who may or may not be Cupid, and that's the thing, you never know for sure. But she goes and she bakes these cookies and she gives them to the kids, and all the kids like fall in love and stuff. And I remember there's one kid who's
and
like,
then the end of it happens.
Well, there's only one kid who at the whole time is like, he's like, what the hell is going on in this school? And I don't know how I think he messes with the cookies or something, and she leaves. But all I could think was like, could you imagine like being that kid who's like in a school where everyone's falling in love and there's sugar cookies, and you're like, I just want to learn.
Everyone's holding hands and giving each other erasers and
you're like,
made of hearts.
And you're a member of MGTOW, so you're like, I don't trust you.
I don't know what the fuck I would do in elementary school.
I'd kill myself.
Wow. Oh, wow, folks. Demonetized.
So, yeah, this was getting money. So,
hey, yeah. I made 14 cents off the last one.
If you remember the Bailey School Kids, hit
like button,
comment, and hit that bell to get the notifications. Also, remember,
be a silver tier supporter on Patreon.
No matter what you do in life, nothing will be more important than the fact that kid, I'm pretty sure he was the blonde one. I don't know for sure. He's on the cover of the book. He's the blonde one, I think, because the red hair kid falls in love. Doesn't really matter, but it's important to me. Important. He fought back against the oppressive nature that was Cupid, because that's messed up. Forcing people to fall in love, that's some dark stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's some dark stuff. But you know what? He said no. He said, I don't want your fucking sugar cookie.
You're just going off. I'm just letting you roll.
That's it. That's all I need to say.
Good.
I apologize for my coarse language.
This was Colin's Corner, but it just evolved into Colin's rant about kids' books. I don't know how this happened. Weren't we talking about something else?
Dude, I loved those books growing up. I loved that and Goosebumps. Because they involved monsters and stuff.
See, I just like Goosebumps for the hilarious titles and taglines.
Like Cuckoo Clock of Doom and...
the taglines
Say
are the
cheese
best.
or die.
What's the, like... Piano lessons can be killer or something.
Yeah, there's some
ridiculous taglines
classics.
like that.
I can't remember. Some of them are like. Well, here's an important thing: Goosebumps books are all really the same.
Yeah.
I
was too scared to read them as a kid.
Time out. You're gonna have to edit this out, but this is like a real thing. Did you know was in a Goosebumps episode?
I did know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
I heard. I saw that one time.
So
I tried to look for him. I couldn't find him.
You can see him. He's actually in the shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't find I couldn't find like what movie or what scene it was.
I can't remember, but I do know that he is in. We have a friend.
I thought we were putting this out.
We'll cut this out, but we have a friend who was in an episode of Goosebumps. So if you're listening. Was it
Goosebumps or was it like a Disney original movie Halloween thing?
I'm pretty sure it was Goosebumps.
Okay.
The only
it
Disney,
wasn't like Hocus Pocus or something?
Hocus Pocus wasn't Disney.
Look, man, I don't fucking know. I didn't watch these things. I was too scared of these things as a kid, okay? If it had a witch in it or a goblin, too scary.
You're thinking Halloween Town or my personal favorite movie, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Let me tell you a little bit about Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. So really it all centers on the fact Calabar is the wizard from Halloween Town 1 who was the villain. Spoilers, he was the mayor of Halloween Town and he was trying to capture the power of the family of witches so that he could... And hold on, you're about to cut me off. So that he could...
How could you tell I was about to say some stupid shit?
So that he
How did you know?
Hold on. So that he could, take that power and fight back against the mortals. Because I don't actually know what I think he just hated mortals. But the movie is really good because it has some parts about accepting who you are. There's a goblin in it, I think, and he's got like a big nose. But what they do is he uses magic to not have the big nose. And it makes him. But she was dressed up as a witch.
Colin, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do here. About 3/4 of the way through that Halloween Town rant, I'm just gonna start fading you out, and then I'm gonna have my narration come in and say, Colin proceeded to talk about Halloween Town for the next 5 years. To spare you, I've cut us to the end of the podcast, which is now.
Well, if it matters, though, I wasn't talking to them. I was really talking to you about Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. And the important thing to remember, the message of Halloween Town is probably about like being yourself.
And then I fade you out. And then I fade you out again. And I say, Colin proceeded to talk about Halloween Town even more. And I cut him off again.
All I'm saying is that Halloween, because I genuinely don't remember the message
keeps
of
trying
Halloween
to talk
Town
about Halloween Town.
I'm not trying.
I'm just trying to get us...
No, I'm genuinely talking to you at this point.
I've not been listening for the last 5 minutes.
I don't know.
Genuinely completely lost interest in what you're talking about.
Halloween Town, I don't know. And then there's the third Halloween Town, which
Jesus Christ.
takes place in high school.
Podcast over.
And I don't know what it's about.